Hi, it's Red Songbird in New York City. Mainstreaming clues to you. Who killed RSSB, Radhasammy Southside Bias? But first, listen to this tweet. James O'Keefe at James O'Keefe. Breaking. At ABC News anchor. At A Robach caught on Hot Mic in August, disgustingly exposing network's decision to strategically spike bombshell investigation into Jeffrey Epstein over 3 years ago. Says what she had was unbelievable. Hashtag Epstein cover-up on YouTube. This Project Veritas has this on YouTube, with this anchor saying these things. Note from Eve. Jeffrey Epstein was killed by the prison guards. Okay, who killed RSSB? Explained Eve, Earth Mother. RSSB brought down by Salvador's disciples. Explained by Eve. Daphne Nathanson, Susan Nathanson, Norma Nathanson, Manira Smith, Linda Zitelli, Nancy Gross, Fountain Jones, Karen Jones, Roy Thomas, Suzanne Kissing. The beginning of this subject can be heard on the second part of the previous video I posted to YouTube called How Jeffrey Epstein Died, explained Eve, Psychic Earth Ma. The Salvadors mentioned earlier were caught in a sting operation by the guru Govinda Singh Dhillon. That's a picture of Govinda Singh Dhillon, Jesus Christ. One's Matt Dillon. The Salvadors destroyed RSSB on Judgment Day in April 2018 in Fayetteville, North Carolina, the state of Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Z. Michelle, Birdsong, Eve, Mother of the Earth, Venus, Goddess of Love, Sex, showed up at the meeting of the Guru and his disciples, exhausted but happy to be there, among close friends of 45 plus years, after having been homeless for, she thinks, about 3 years. Her spirits were high, though her coat was shabby and most of her teeth were missing. She busted some teeth biting into an apple in her SRO in San Francisco before boarding a bus, leaving behind her notes of research and photographs to take a bus to Olathe, Kansas to rescue her daughter, Melanie Lynn Spear, and her 4 children, especially the 8-month-old baby, Ostara Gloria, who had reached out to T. Michelle, her psychic grandmother, via remote viewing. Never heard of remote viewing? Google it. You'll find thousands of bits of information, maybe millions, about remote viewing. T. Michelle, after hours on the bus during a food stop, noticed that there was no destination printed on the front of the bus. When she re-entered the bus, she sensed, she's a psychic, she reads energy, she sensed she was on a bus filled with demons. Having been homeless in San Francisco's Tenderloin district, she was exposed to demons, so she was not afraid. Hence, they had no power to hurt her, for she was vibrating energy at a high frequency, and the evil spirits were vibrating at a very low frequency. Let's find the words in frequency. F for feel, R for her, E for energy, Q-U-E for queen, E for Eve, N for enter, no, and north, C for Carolina, Y for I. Feel her energy, Queen Eve, enter North Carolina, I. Be gone with them. This is a video about the royal, this is the name of the video, the royal family. Be gone with them. First, Meghan wears shoes that are too big. Now Harry makes a speech on stage barefoot before they dash off to their private jet. This is at the David Icke channel. This is my observation. That's not in the video. Okay, and there's another video he made, 5G. This is also the David Icke channel. 5G and the climate change cult. David Icke channel. Extinction, rebellion. Who really controls the climate cult? The 1%. They're proposing a citizens' assembly replacing parliament. They're going to send a permanent bureaucracy. They're going to need a permanent bureaucracy to oversee the citizens' assembly. So who's going to run that? The difference between the royal family and the holy royal family of humans is merit versus no merit. The holy royal family of humans have amazing histories, and the holy royal family, what do they do? I don't know that they have any props. Difference decoded. D for daughter, I for pleasure, FF for failed friendships, E for Eve, R for her, E for energy excited, N for north, C for Carolina, E for event. Daughter is pleasure. Daughter of the sun is pleasurable. Failed friendships, period. That's what happened in North Carolina. Eve, her energy excited in North Carolina. Blessed event. Eve, EVE for Eve, E for enters. No, N for enters, and T for true. Eve enters. True. Eve energy enters true. Okay, Eve is true. She's not phony. We'll hear more about that as we go along. The goal, says David Icke, with this 5G, the climate change cult, the goal is to create a global government structure that dictates, even in local communities, that it does not consist of elected politicians, but consists of appointees and experts, in quotes. Expert, let's see what word we have here. E for energy, X for unknown perpetrate the scam. No, X for unknown, P for perpetrate the scam. T for thee and S for scam. Energy of this assembly. They want to, citizens assembly. Energy, unknown, perpetrate the scam. That's what experts words found in the word expert. Satmat is let's see, I'll just put it here. Satmat was the liberation of the soul from the cycles of birth and death. Oh, was a path, that's what that is. Satmat was a path for liberation of the soul from the cycles of birth and death. It was a path through the inner space, the inner realms, back to Sachkhand, the ocean of light, the eternal flame, the fire in the sky for eternity. As mentioned previously, some high-positioned satsangis, disciples of the Master, Govinda Singh Dhillon, Jesus Christ, abused their power by being cruel and ignoring Jesus Christ's wife, Mary Magdalene. Now, T. Michelle Birdsong, who had suffered the indignities of being homeless without complaint. Nevertheless, she was looking forward to seeing what she thought were her true brothers and sisters, and receiving hugs, comfort from them at North Carolina event, April 2018. She was treated as though she was a leper by the Satsangi disciples, and they were not Mother Teresa fans. You understand now, because Mother Teresa took care of lepers in Calcutta. For your information, Mother Teresa has taken birth as the son, Prince Louis, of Prince William and Princess Kate. Okay, what do we have here? Prince, present her pleasure or punishment in crown of Queen Elizabeth II. Okay, so we don't know if Mother Teresa is going to receive pleasure or punishment with the crown, Queen Elizabeth II. And Kate, K for kicks, at, E for energy. Kicks at energy, Kate. As Princess, let's see, where am I? As Princess, because Kate was a princess because she married a prince. She gets unearned free kicks, free fun. That's what that means. Are the British royals speaking of Mother Teresa being a member of the British royals now, are they about to be treated like lepers? Thanks to the shocking ingratitude of Meghan Markle, Will Smith, will Mother Teresa, Prince Louis, find himself among lepers again? Princess Diana, reborn as Harry and Meghan's son Archie, find himself unhappy again? The aforementioned satsangis who have been privileged to hold positions of authority, this is back to who killed RSSB. So their whole positions of authority and respect failed the Judgment Day test miserably. They showed a lack of compassion for their Satsangi sister. They gave her the cold shoulder and treated her like an outcast. They have been cast out of to the high heavens journey of the soul. They are once again in the same boat as the masses. They have lost their bragging rights. Govinda Singh Dhillon has closed a portal back to Sachkhand due to the cold-hearted Sevadars. Govinda Singh Dhillon, Jesus Christ, the Buddha, Santa, St. Valentine, according to the wishes of the great Lord, the high and mighty compassionate Son, Lord, L for will, O-R-D for orders, will orders. Okay, the Lord wills the orders. So Govinda has designed a physical heaven here on earth according to the wishes of the great Lord. So the failed satsangis can make themselves worthy to be in heaven on earth for eternity, or they can die and go lower to some other species for eternity. They can't go back to Satchkar. T. Michelle passed the Judgment Day test. T. Michelle, Mary Magdalene, was overjoyed that day, April 2018, in Fayetteville, because she found a friend, her husband from the first century, Jesus Christ, Govinda Singh. He married her again. They honeymooned, and she became pregnant, all in less than an hour. Charan Singh, and in full view of his thousands of disciples. Charan Singh, Jesus Christ, now Govinda Singh, Dillon said, speed is a natural attribute of the soul. Just as Jesus Christ's disciples had failed the Judgment Day test in the first century and betrayed him, Judas Iscariot, now Stevie Wonder, and denied him 3 times, Peter, now war hero, retired Lieutenant General John Hopper, fighter pilot in Operation Desert Storm in Vietnam. Okay. So we're saying that these disciples snubbed, failed Jesus Christ the 21st century, just as Jesus Christ's disciples had failed them in the first century. Vietnam. V for victory, I for pleasure, E for Eve energy, T for true, N for entered, am. Victory, pleasure, Eve energy, true, entered, am. Just as I entered, just as I am. And you fake disciples, fake brothers and sisters, slammed, your hearts closed. As each satsangi snubs me in Jersey at the bus stop, Daffy Nathanson saw me and actually rolled his eyes at me. I couldn't believe he did that. In talking to your language, I would phrase it. I felt disbelief. I could not believe I saw Daffy roll his eyes at me. I had a question. What did I do to bring about your anger? I blamed myself. Then I saw his wife, Susan. She rushed past me, refusing to make eye contact. I was definitely surprised. She'd always been so pleasant in the past. Daffy had hurt my feelings before. I am hurt. He even humiliated me publicly for accusing me of expecting Norma to babysit my children at satsang at his loft. I quit attending satsang at his loft because of that incident. And then the satsang was ended at his loft, too. And they held it at other places. I felt chagrined that I had been so thoughtless, and I felt ashamed, even though I knew Daffy wasn't yet perfect either. He smoked pot. I know because my satsangi husband, Lucifer, Michael John Spears, smoked pot with Daffy and another satsangi, homeless Eric. Daffy lived off his wife, Norma, who worked as a teacher at Kadamon Private School. We're not supposed to be a burden on anyone. Then after he and Norma divorced, he lived off his second wife, Susan, and I felt incredulous to hear him refer to them, these wives, as sucker wives. I didn't judge or condemn him. I was puzzled. I didn't understand how anyone could be so ungrateful and disrespectful of someone working to support him. Who does he think he is, knowing that he loves to find faults with people? I avoided him. Then in Jersey, where we were to take a bus to North Carolina to the meeting to see the guru Govinda Singh Dillon, who secretly, except my homeless day pal, Mary Panama, knew that Govinda Singh was my boyfriend. Okay, in my mind, he had been courting me in my ear for over a year. Okay, I'm going to end now before the tape runs out. I'll do a part 2 for you. Thanks for watching.